Hello everyone, my name is Lubele from a company called Kudoti. We are a digital waste management platform that works with waste management companies within the African continent to increase efficiency in their operation. I'm super excited to be here today to be speaking to you guys about waste management intelligence as a service. Is actually how we could use big data to build a true circular economy. And I have to say, I was quite excited to be having my very own online conference this week that I honestly couldn't stop sharing the speaker's banner online. So really exciting. I also want to say that this talk was inspired by an amazing futurist. Her name is Kudoti. She wrote a really cool article on Forbes that spoke about the 4 companies that are using artificial intelligence technology to enhance and rather fight waste on planet Earth and in space. So today, really, we're going to be speaking about 2 things. The first one is general waste. The second one is food waste. And I want to start by firstly defining what circular economy is. And I'm going to do that through a quick story. So not so long ago, a friend of mine and I went to a retail store here in South Africa. It's one of the retail stores that really believes in sustainability, and they're trying everything in their power to make their operation as green as possible. So as we get there, and I'm just about to pay for my items, I asked the cashier for a plastic bag, and she says, no, we unfortunately don't have plastic bags anymore. Instead, we have tote bags, and that's all we sell now. And I asked her why, and she obviously said, we are trying to build a more sustainable environment, and we're trying to have a more circular economy. That was quite impressive, right? I looked at my friend and I said, well, how would you define a circular economy? And he said something that really intrigued me. He said, circular economy is how long, or rather how we keep any material in the system for the longest of time to benefit our current environment and our future environment. And as he's saying that, I was actually so excited that I started thinking about the benefits that a circular economy is going to have, not only on the economy, but also on the environment. And I started thinking about these different benefits. But unfortunately, at the moment, we are still a little bit far to fully getting to a circular economy. In the African continent, and this is me touching on the first point of my talk, which is general waste. In the African continent, we still have a lot of challenges when it comes to waste. In fact, Africa is estimated to be producing about 108 million metric tons of waste. And unfortunately, 90% of that goes to landfills, which means everything that is there will not be recycled, it will not be reused in many cases, and it will just end up somewhere on a landfill. So 10% of all the waste the African continent produces is only recycled. And my argument is this is actually quite big. The number might be even lower. What you see on the map is essentially different countries in the African continent and their current waste statistics. So the green dot actually just shows you the current waste data. Well, this was in 2010, and the yellow one shows you the forecasts. And as you can see that almost every single country in the African continent is going to double, if not triple its waste in 2025. And today we are on 2020, which is almost ending. So to put that in perspective, every single country in the African continent is going to double, if not triple its waste in less than 1,825 days. That's literally, tomorrow. It's very close. What's interesting rather for me is that we are able to really use technology and artificial intelligence technology, I guess, to be more precise, to really fight back, to really do some really cool stuff in the waste industry that will help us take a step further in building a circular economy. The next slide that I just quickly brought back is going to show you a company that has already started doing this. I'm going to play the video just now. Have a look at it. Really exciting stuff. And then it's like a 1-minute video. Right. So this company is called Parrot. And what's interesting about it is, when you have such technology in your operation or your recycling facility, you really don't need anyone, because what's nice about it is artificial intelligence learns every single day and it becomes better as time goes by. So what Parrot does is it actually uses an AI vision that spots items on the conveyor belt faster and with better accuracy than humans themselves, right? So what that also means is you could have a waste to recycling facility that runs even past, your 9 to 5. But what is even more exciting is this technology that Parrot has identifies even the type of waste. And then it kind of, all this, when it identifies these types of waste, this is happening in seconds, right? What I really love about technology is every single time a new innovation is introduced, that's not where it ends. That's the beginning of something new. And I say that because I think such technologies open up far more opportunities to partners with companies that are doing things like smart bins or sorting robots. And so the opportunities that such companies open up are even more exciting. I think another interesting example that I want to show you quickly is a company called AMP. And this company just recently was part of the Ellen McCarthy C100 organization. And fortunately, our company as well was nominated to be part of this community. What I really love about them is they've broken down how AI could really help recycling or waste management operations into these 3 different parts. So the first part is the brain, the second part is the eyes, and then lastly, it's the hands, as the picture shows. And the brain essentially is the AI part. So the brain is where the cloud data is stored, where the AI keeps on learning. But then the brain needs eyes. And so what they've done is they've also incorporated smart cameras in their in waste management operations, where these cameras see the different waste thereof. And then lastly, they have these robot hands that then quickly pick up the different waste within a matter of seconds, sorting it and making the waste management operations even more efficient. They too have a video, and I would love to absolutely show it to you. Right. And as we can see that the different technologies deployed in the waste management industries don't only give other opportunities to upcoming startups, what they also do is change how things have been done. They also disrupt the very basic model of recycling. And I think what, speaking about disruption and how different industries are disrupted by the use of technology and AI, another part of waste that I would like to kind of speak on is food waste. And food waste is a big issue because annually, and this is a global thing, annually farmers produce enough food to feed every single person in the world, every single person in the world. However, many people still have a lot of food insecurities due to complications, inefficiencies in the food systems. And in fact, it is currently estimated that one third of eatable food produced annually, which is about 1.3 billion tons, is lost or is wasted. And in sub-Saharan Africa, most studies have shown that post-harvest is amongst the biggest cost of food waste. And throughout, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the many difficult challenges that are faced in the food waste. But also, I'm going to be sharing with you real life examples of companies who are coming up with amazing AI-like solutions and technologies that are going to fight against this challenge. So what I want to start by doing, firstly, I think is breaking down the three major issues that we have identified within the African continent that really affect and they really contribute towards food waste in sub-Saharan Africa. The first one is extremely low storage technologies. In fact, in Uganda, the percentage for storage technologies is only 0.6%, and that's extremely low. And in cases like Tanzania, for example, it's only 12%. And these are countries that produce and farm some of the most important produce in the world, right? But they don't have proper storage technologies. Second challenge is there's a huge loss of waste, there's a huge loss of food in retail and production. And then lastly, I did mention this a bit early, that on-farm post-harvest also contributes significantly when it comes to food waste. So there's a company that's already attempting on doing or rather introducing solution in food waste, and I would like to also kind of introduce you to them.
Every day, 1/3 of all food, either harvested or produced, goes to waste. At the same time, 1 in 9 people go hungry. Food is too precious to be wasted.
We are the first hotel chain in the UAE to have embraced the future kitchen. Food waste and artificial intelligence is supporting this ambition of being innovative. We decided to implement Winnow across all our properties because we recognized food wastage as a real issue for our business. It's a social issue, it's an economic issue, and it's something that we really wanted to address.
Vision is the realization of what we set out to do from the beginning. It's an intelligent camera that sits on top of where food is thrown away. Our technology is trained to identify what that food is, putting a cost to that food waste, and automatically giving that insight to the chef to help them cut food waste in half.
With the Winnow Vision system, it is really easy to be conscious of how much waste you're producing. You put the waste in, it captures it on camera and it recognizes it. It calculates it by weight and it gives you a value.
The vision system is very accurate at recognizing different products. Whatever they may be, whether it's a meat product or a veggie product, it recognizes it really well, and that is exceptional.
I'm really proud of the results that we've achieved in partnership with Winnow. 1.2 million meals have been saved through this approach.
We reduced our food waste by 72%. We saved about 250,000 meals. In Iran, it represents about 1.3 billion. So everybody wins there.
With Winnow Vision, our team team, our co-workers, are responding really positively. It's saving them time, it's making it easier to measure, they can see the results, which also, again, provides pride and a sense of achievement.
We see an opportunity for the hospitality industry to adopt artificial intelligence technologies to help them manage food waste. Today, what we're really proud of is that we're saving $30 million a year in food from being thrown away. But this really just scratches the surface. What we're aiming is to save $1 billion of food from being thrown away per annum over the next few years as we scale up our technology.
Right, and I strongly believe that it's possible to actually work towards saving food that's worth R1 billion through the use of AI. I do have to give a disclosure, none of these companies we work for, so I'm just purely doing this to demonstrate that to integrate AI and to use data and to use technology in waste management is not science fiction. It's something that we could do today. It's something that is possible, particularly in the African continent, because there's so many amazing opportunities that are coming. Now, you might say, well, you know, we in many cases have informal waste, we have informal markets in the African continent, and, you know, we have products that take a very, very short period of time to start degrading in value. So would a technology like this work? All of those are true. You know, in most parts of the African continent, the informal markets are still very much relevant. They are still very much, I mean, I personally in South Africa go and actually buy grocery in some of these informal markets. And again, they don't have a very long shelf life. So whenever product is there and it stays there for a week or so, it starts degrading in value. But there are companies already that are working hand in hand with the farmers, with supermarkets, to try and formulate a way of using AI to reduce costs of the goods, or rather the produce, as they lose, I guess, the freshness. A company that does that is a company called Wasteless, and they have a video here. I'll also show you in a bit. What's interesting about them is they have developed this dynamic pricing algorithm that automatically discounts items based on their short lifespan, and it's really exciting. I'm going to play you the clip.
What if groceries could be priced based on how fresh they were, and no food was ever thrown away or out of stock? What if a store could give their shoppers the perfect experience? Well, now they can. Introducing Wasteless. Now, just walk into the store, go down an aisle, browse fully stocked shelves, and choose how much you want to pay based on the product's expiration date. The closer it is to expiration, the cheaper it'll be. Tomorrow night, save money with the cheaper product while helping to save food. Stocking for the holidays, pay the regular price for an extended shelf life product. When you go to checkout, the system will pull the right price automatically. With Wasteless's dynamic pricing and waste tracking technologies, stores can now sell more and waste less. If an item is almost out of stock, the store is alerted. If an item has been on the shelf for too long, the price can be reduced. Wasteless, stores can recapture the $1 billion of lost grocery revenues each week. And this isn't just good for the store. Wasting less food means a better and more sustainable shopping experience, which is ultimately good for the planet. It's time to make stores more efficient, save shoppers money, and in the end, waste less food.
Amazing what these companies are doing. And, you know, some people might say, well, why are you showing us this? For me, what's exciting about using data, particularly to solve issues in the African continent, because I am from the African continent, is that we are able to look at these different companies that are doing amazing stuff all over the world and tailor these solutions to fit our needs. And I'm showing you these different videos so that I can demonstrate that the things that we speak about or the things that many speakers during this AI Expo conference will be sharing with you, it's not science fiction. These things that the many amazing speakers are going to be speaking with you on are things that exist, are things that we in the African continent can take and start implementing today. And maybe you might say, well, it's good that you speak about the circular economy and technology, but from a practically speaking point of view, how can I do that? You know, I'm just a small company. I'm just a small individual in a much bigger system. How do I then start making or rather contributing towards a circular economy? What I'm showing you here is a really interesting system that was designed by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. And there are many different stakeholders, as you can see in this butterfly-like system that promotes circular economy. But I want to focus on two parts, which is the consumer and the user, which is you and me. And we are literally at the center of a circular, or rather we're at the center of this whole system, and we have the power to contribute towards a circular economy. In every single system that exists, we as the user, we as the consumer have the power to really change and to really impact the waste management industry. So how do we do that exactly? Firstly, we should design out waste and pollution. What does that mean? I actually did this study on myself, and I noticed that just before I get out of bed, I've already used 5 different brands. I've used the brand of a bed that I'm on. I've used the brand of my phone, and because when I wake up, most times I just check my emails and stuff like that. I've used maybe a different brand of what I'm wearing for the night. I've used a different brand also of the furniture that would have been around my bedroom. Now, what we then have to start asking is, I'm supporting these brands, and what are these brands doing to contribute to a much more circular economy? And we can start asking ourselves that, and every single thing, no matter how small you think it is, every single thing that we do, we start taking out waste. We start taking out pollution out of that, which then leads me to my second point, of which we should keep products and materials in use. So a lot of things that we are not using, we should either find new meaning or rather new use cases for those things, instead of buying, using for a short period of time, then throwing it away and then repeating the circle over and over again. That doesn't really help. And then lastly, if we can, in many cases, we should use renewable energy. These are 3 very easy steps that we could start taking today that contributes towards a more circular economy. Companies that are using artificial intelligence technology to reduce waste, they are trying their best. But I think you, the user, myself, the consumer, we have the power as well to also contribute towards a more circular economy, and really start creating, an intelligence or an intelligent waste management industry. Because it's one thing to deploy these technologies, these really interesting solutions, and gather as much data as possible. But as long as the consumer and the user have not changed how they view circular economy, as long as the user and the consumer haven't changed how they do stuff, the daily tasks, what they design, what they keep, what they buy, we're still going to have this kind of like challenge going on. So these are the 3 very easy steps that you could start doing today. I want to thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this. Please note that I will be at the Speakers Lodge if you have more questions about what I just presented. And for more information, you could either send me an email directly, you could visit our website to see the work that we do at Kudoti. I also want to encourage you to engage with some of the amazing speakers that are here on the platform, that are speaking about amazing technologies that are not science fiction, that you could actually start implementing in your organization, in your life today. Thank you very much.